rural demand, in the consumption side, rural demand, which was lagging behind for considerable period of time since the COVID, and perhaps in the first half of last year also, has also beginning to improve and improve quite visibly. The rural demand, rural consumption has picked up, it has gone up. FMCG sales in the rural sector has also increased. The demand for NREGA labor has also gone down. The agricultural season also looks very optimistic because of the projections of above normal monsoon, southwest monsoon this year. So therefore, rural demand is something which is picking up, which was not there earlier, and all our analysis, all the trends which have come to us, it indicate that the rural demand will hold. And as the government capex starts unfolding, as the expenditure from the government side as well as from the private investment, they start picking up, I think rural demand this year will be well sustained. The third point is that the external sector, notwithstanding that the global growth is still below its historical average. In fact, from 2000 to 2019, the average annual global growth, the trend growth, GDP growth was about 3.8%. But the IMF has projected 3.2% for current year as well as 3.2% for next year. Now, notwithstanding the fact that the global growth is below the historical trend, but still 3.2% means that the external sector, the external demand will also continue to be strong. And that would mean that it will give a lot of support to our exports, especially the services exports. In fact, services exports of India are doing very well, especially, IT services and other services. It's no more confined to just IT, but it's now business services, it is accountancy, it is legal, it is so many other activities in the, in the realm of services where India is, where things are looking up so far as the external demand is concerned for Indian services sector. So therefore, it's the momentum of economic activity, number one. Number two, rural demand is picking up. Number three, the external sector also offers a lot of promise for the Indian economy. Add to that the fact that the urban demand is also holding on, mainly supported by increased activity in the services sector. Add to that the good monsoon which is expected. Add to that the revival of investment which is also happening. Private investment. When I'm saying private investment, I'm specifically referring, when I'm saying investment, I'm specifically referring to private investment. Government capex has been very strong in the last 2 to 3 years. But private investment is now picking up. If you look at the corporate results which have come out for the last year, you will find that, the size and the numbers relating to fixed assets have gone up. Earlier, corporates, because of their deleveraged balance sheets, the corporates were holding a lot of cash, a lot of surplus cash they were holding. But now it has moved into fixed assets. So if you look at the balance sheets of corporates, the size of the fixed assets have also grown. And they have shown very good growth. Now that is one evidence that private investment is taking place. You will hear several bankers subsequently during today. They will highlight perhaps even better the demand that the banks are experiencing from the corporate sector. And there is clear visibility of investment happening in certain key sectors of the economy, mainly related to infrastructure activities, whether it is steel or cement and other areas like electronics, chemicals and fertilizers, pharmaceuticals, oil and gas. So all these sectors, basically primarily infrastructure sectors and also electronics and certain capital goods. Capital goods imports have also, electronic goods and capital good imports are also looking up, which means that that is going into more of productive activity. So because taking all these things into account, we have therefore increased our growth rate to 7.2%.